In this video, we're going to deduce the genotype of an individual by studying a pedigree. The pedigree below shows the inheritance of a genetic disease caused by a sex-linked gene. We will deduce the genotype of individual 9. First, let us find out whether the disease is X-linked or Y-linked. If the gene that controls the disease is located on the Y chromosome, that is, the trait is Y-linked, then there would only be male-to-male transmission. As a result, no affected female would appear. Look at individuals 4, 5 and 6. All of them are affected females. Therefore, this genetic disease is not Y-linked. Now we know that the disease is X-linked, but we have no idea whether it is dominant or recessive. Here is a little trick. For an X-linked recessive trait, the sons of an affected female must also be affected. Look at generation 2. Individual 6 is an affected female. However, her son, individual 8, is a normal male. From this cross, we know that the disease is not an X-linked recessive trait. But why can we tell the trait is not an X-linked recessive trait based on this trick? Let us look at this cross in detail. Capital letter A represents the dominant allele, and small letter a represents the recessive allele. If the trait is X-linked recessive, the genotype of individual 6 must be X small a, X small a. Her sons must receive an X small a from her. Therefore, the only possible genotype of her son would be X small a Y, which is an affected male. This explains why an affected mother must have an affected son. Let us double-check to ensure the disease is an X-linked dominant trait. If the disease is inherited as an X-linked dominant trait, the genotype of individuals 1 and 2 must be X capital A Y and X small a, X small a. The expected genotypes of their children are as follows: X small a Y, X capital A, X small a, X capital A, X small a, and X capital A, X small a. The genotype of individual 7, a normal male, is X small a Y. Their children, individuals 8 and 10, are X small a Y and X capital A Y respectively. All the expected genotypes satisfied the phenotypes. We can now confirm that the trait is an X-linked dominant trait. Then we can start to deduce the genotype of individual 9. Look at the cross that produces individual 9. From the last step, we already know that the genotype of individuals 6 and 7 are X capital A, X small a, and X small a Y, respectively. Individual 9 is a female. She must receive an X chromosome from each parent. She will receive an X small a from individual 7 and an X capital A or an X small a from individual 6. Therefore, her genotype may be X capital A, X small a or X small a, X small a. You may now try Chapter 27, Revision Exercise Questions 9 and 24.